Good evening, everyone. Most football fans know the New England Patriots will visit the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game on Sunday. What most football fans don't know is the Broncos travel to meet the Patriots in girls basketball tonight as Bark River Harris battled the Westwood Patriots. Making the journey about an hour and a half or so up to Ishpeming Township. First quarter action, Katie Rankinen, Caitlin Hewitt, Elizabeth Dufina of Van Buren to Hannah Salmi for the layup. She had 12-4-2 Patriots. For the Broncos, Hannah Starnes to Katie Schultz off the glass and good to knot the game at 4. After the game was tied at 6 on free throws, Salmi the inbound to Katie Rankinen, who drives to the basket, puts it up and in, plus the foul, made the free throw. 9-6, red, white, and blue. Joe Schultz face a little bit red. For Westwood, Shayna Caliguri to Dufina Van Buren. Amber Salo from the outside makes it 11-6 Westwood. Bark River Harris now with a good press break. Courtney Genchak, Katie Schultz, Hannah Starnes on the other end will tap that one in off the window to bring the Broncos back within 3. And the Broncos would score again. Madison Lindquist will get the putback. She led Bark River Harris with 13, but Westwood was able to pull away in the second half to win 57-36. On the scoreboard, Pickford edged Newberry 33-29. On the boys' side, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan defeated Sault Ste. Mary's of Ontario 54-12. Women's college basketball, Michigan defeats 22nd ranked Purdue 65-49. St. Ignace's Nicole Emblad with 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists for the Wolverines. Meanwhile, Escanaba's Olivia Nash had 11 points and 11 rebounds for the Oakland Golden Grizzlies as they defeated Valparaiso 88-55. NMU women's basketball team is in a highly contested battle for the lead in the GLIAC North Division. The Wildcats are 7-1 in league play, 1 game behind Michigan Tech and Wayne State, and both of those teams are 8-0. The Wildcats host 4th place Grand Valley State tomorrow night. The Lakers are 6-2. NMU head coach Troy Matson has been careful with a couple players at practice this week.
There's a good chance she's going to play. Let's put it that way. She won't practice this week. Her and Abby DeBrun will not practice this week. They're both beat up pretty good. Alyssa took a pretty good concussion to the head, and Abby had a separated shoulder in the Ashland game that got put back in place, and she did play the next night. But neither one will practice this week, and they will be ready for game time, we're hoping.
Matson was referring to Alyssa Cola. Tip-off from the Barry Event Center is set for 5:30. Michigan Tech hosts Ferris State tomorrow, while Lake Superior State entertains Saginaw Valley State. NMU men's basketball head coach Bill Saul says his team has improved immensely since the first practice back on October 15th. But that doesn't mean the first-year Wildcat coach is satisfied. NMU is in 7th place in the North Division and hosts Grand Valley State tomorrow night.
No matter what sport you are in the GLIAC, you're going to use Grand Valley is a measuring bar of where you're at. If you can compete with them, you should be in position where you can be pretty good. Well coached, very disciplined, always outstanding on the defensive end. We'll have our hands full. But again, we got them here, and that's the best thing. They got to make the trip up here, and we need to be ready to play.
Tip-off should be around 7:30 after the women's game. Michigan State takes on Ferris State, while Lake Superior State, in first place in the GLIAC North Division, meets Saginaw Valley State. NMU has something that very few teams in college hockey can enjoy. They've only played 12 league games. Everybody else has played more. The Wildcats can start making their move up in the standings this weekend as they host Alaska. NMU is in 8th place with 13 points, 1 behind Michigan Tech and Lake Superior State. Alaska is in 9th with 12. NMU head coach Walt Kyle says his team is ready for a second half run.
As a coach, you look at the games at hand and you see that you're in a pretty good place because the standings are very, very close, and we do hold those games at hand, but the reality of those games is you have to win them. So most of the teams we hold 4 games at hand with, a couple we hold 6 games at hand with, but we need to win those games to put ourselves in a good spot.
Bemidji is a great team. We were in there as a team and came out with 2 victories, and now we had a weekend off. We got a lot of practice time, and the boys got together, and the morale's high right now, and we're really excited to come here and play Fairbanks in our barn.
Face-off both nights from the Barry Event Center is 7:07. Michigan Tech is idle while Lake Superior State visits Notre Dame in non-conference action. This means NMU should jump past the Huskies and Lakers in the WCHA standing.